Evening, beautiful people. Welcome to Game Time, sponsored by Odessa Sonic. And boy, we got that good for y'all tonight. First off, let me introduce y'all to the Jackson 5 of West Texas. I'm Michael, of course, the dark-skinned version. But then we got my guy, Alex Camerata, Zach Leff, Mason Storrs, and our lead off vocalist, Jonathan Polasic. And guess where he's at? Our game of the week. And Jonathan, you're out in Kermit. At least what I heard. How is that game going on, man?
Corey, this was a game that started off fast. Neither team had much issue marching up and down the field for scores, especially in that first quarter. However, this was a game that was defined by the big play. Both PECOS and KERMIT had multiple touchdown scoring plays, both big touchdown scoring plays, both through the air and on the ground. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a look at those first half highlights. It's game of the week number 3 here in Kermit, where the Yellow Jackets are playing host to PECOS. Both teams looking to get over 500 tonight. And it's Kermit who strikes first. The handoff to senior Jay Lara, who bounces it outside, slips a tackle, and glides in for an easy touchdown run from about 40 yards out. But PECOS comes back with a quick answer. It's Ezekiel Sandana who says, "You can't stop me," drags 2 Yellow Jackets before shaking them off and running in for 6. Kermit comes back with a pass outside. You didn't see too many of those in the first half. And Darian Alvarado, he flips the field and enters a foot race that he would not lose. 67 yards and the score to help Kermit keep pace with PECOS. Let's go ahead and hear from Coach after the horn. Coach, first off, congratulations on tonight's win. A big win, 50-30. This was a game that was defined by big plays. Tell me what was working and why y'all were able to rip off so many of those big plays.
Well, obviously, Zeke Saldana, 21. I mean, he's our big play dude. State track meeting in last year in the 100. So if we can get him on the edge or we can get him loose inside, he just goes, and that's big plays. We get the one big pass play, which is crazy. That's my son catching a long pass play, so it's awesome as a dad. But we just pick and choose in the offense we have. If we have patience in what we do, some of those things, especially with our backs, they're going to rip off.
In the end, it was PECOS that had just a little too much juice for this Kermit team. Especially in that second half, PECOS was able to really wear down that Kermit defense with their physical running style and their running attack. Your final tonight here in Kermit was PECOS 50, Kermit 30. Corey, back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan, man. Great job as always, man. You're just so sensational at your job, okay? I just want you to know that. Okay, down the street, Mojo took on TASCOSA, and you won't believe who put up to this one. Check this out. There we go. There goes a little stinger right there. Congressman August Pfluger flipped the coin toss tonight, while Miss Janice, you saw her photobomb that beautiful shot. But here's a beautiful pitch and catch from Rodney Hall to Jaquan Richards. He gets upfield and gets the first down for Mojo, but the drive would stall. And that wouldn't be the case for TASCOSA, though. They go all the way down to the goal line, and their QB sneaks into the end zone. But look at that lineman right there. He's falling and he can't get up. Someone help this man. He's just asking for help. Somebody, please. Permian needed some help too, though. Losing this one tonight, 21-40. And now Big Spring, hashtag row the boat versus MONAHANS. Both teams came into this one undefeated. And I'm going to need y'all to hold y'all's breath on this play, though, because the Maserati body, Gabriel Baeza, looks down and he says, you know what? This is a man's world. Let me show off some off-season weight room work into the end zone. The thing is, though, Gabe has power, but young Chino has speed. He takes the rock, follows his blocks, and glides into the end zone for over 50 yards, giving the Lobos the early lead. And that would extend after Jamarcus Pickens. Well, he'll touch the foosball and he'll show off the wheels and seal the deal in this game as MONAHANS wins this one. And now I'm blessed with the presence of their head coach, Fred Stahl. Coach Stahl, man, great game first off. But second thing is 3-0 now. How does that feel?
Well, it feels great. We put a lot of work into it, so it's always good to be 3-0.
Yeah, and Coach, before the season started, we kind of talked about it. It's a new squad, you got a new quarterback. Can you just speak about how Chino has stepped up into this new role and taking over this team?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's a leader. He's got a lot of leadership qualities. He works hard. He's smart. He studies the game. He's real. He gets after it all day in practice. So, I mean, you know, you've got a great kid leading the offense.
And Coach, lastly, you're 3-0, undefeated, but always coaches have stuff to work on. What do you think your team has to work on heading into week 4?
Well, I think after tonight, I think we just got to bring the focus every single week. Our kids played hard. They played their tails off. We just kind of played a little sloppy in the first half. So if we can clean that up and get off to a better start, I think we'd be in better shape.
Awesome, Coach. Well, you got out to a great start here. 3-0 in the season. Congratulations and good luck next week, okay? Thank you for having time with us.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, now let's head over to the Ag. That's Arlington, for those who don't know, where the Rebs were back on the field. And Marcus Davila, well, he was back to pass. And, you know, if he's airing it out, that mug is going to go to the razzle-dazzle Chris Brazzle. Now, that catch tied the game at 7. And since you've been showing the Rebs off through the air, it's time to show the real work happening on the ground with McCollin Young. He scoots into the end zone and gets picked up by his family, as he likes to say. Now, folks, I'm going to say this on live TV so you know I mean it. McCollin deserves more offense, okay? He extends the Legacy's lead and then does a nice little bow right there like me every night. But unfortunately, they will lose this one tonight in a close game in Arlington. Man, I want them to get that dub so bad. Okay, now coming up on Game Time, we have players' perspective with Mason and then a whole platter of games as well. So rest up because we're eating tonight, baby.
We're the Crane Golden Cranes.
You're watching Game Time on NewsWest 9.
Go Cranes!
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Testing, testing.
He still tracks the highlights. So, I mean, it technically still works, kind of, right? Okay. But at the end of the package, he has the interview. And then, do we know how the interview ends, or do we know how the interview ends, or like how to? And then, do we have any? Is that cut to black? Okay, so Vicky. So after that interview, he's gonna have to. Yeah. Yeah, and now I'll toss the break. Welcome back to the kickback on Game Time. It's time to talk to our next guest on the evening, the man with the good hair, Mason Storrs. Now, you had the chance to see the Rangers versus the Andrews Mustangs tonight, correct? I just want to make sure I'm not tripping, right? Isn't that true?
Yeah, Corey, the name of the game tonight was Hustle. I mean, these teams came out fast and furious. Let's take a look at those highlights. Well, it was a hard-nosed, fist fight between the Andrews Mustangs and the Greenwood Rangers. Andrews would set the tone fast on defense with a huge stop, then waste no time responding with a touchdown. Perfect handoff here from E.J. Lopez to Brock Tijerina. Snap here to Ty Flowers. He's stepping, he's slipping, he's dipping, he's dodging, he's spinning, and the pass is off. Brock Tijerina steps up again and says thank you very much for this one. That is when Greenwood would decide, all right, we'll go ahead and take one. Snap to Ty Flowers. He slings it downfield to number 8, Cade Carroll, who brings it in for a touchdown. The game would go into the half 14-6 Mustangs. Let's see how the game went from a player's perspective. So y'all fought tooth and nail for this win. What do y'all think made the difference in this game? What got y'all the dub?
Just playing as a team. The first half we started slow, and I mean, that's kind of been the situation all year, is that we're starting slow, but we're figuring things out. But we've been a second half team all year, and just teams need to know that we're coming to play in the second half and we're going to be physical.
Now, as you saw right there, those highlights did not do the final score justice. It was a huge come-from-behind win for Greenwood. Corey?
Oh, man. Hey, you got to love those Rangers, man. They always got that hustle and that fight every single year. That's Rusty Percy right there. All right, coming up on Game Time, we got Big Springs versus Monahans, and, of course, your favorite segment, Top Plays. But first, let's go to my favorite Zach, because he's the only Zach I know. How was FORSAN versus Stanton tonight?
As the sun started to set, both FORSAN and Stanton made their way onto the field in the Battle of the Buffaloes. Early first quarter, FORSAN defensive back Major Stockton comes around the edge and sacks quarterback Ethan Anaya in the backfield. This would be one of 4 sacks in the first quarter for the Buffaloes. About 30 seconds later, Stockton tries his hand at quarterback and is able to get to the outside and score FORSAN's first touchdown of the night and give them a 7-0 lead. Later in the quarter, up 10-0, FORSAN senior running back Chris Mendez hits the hole, finds daylight, and is able to use a burst of speed for the 62-yard rushing touchdown for FORSAN and giving them a commanding 17-0 lead to end the quarter. After the game, we talked to FORSAN about the game from a player's perspective.
Chris, big win for you guys. This is making you guys 3-0 now. What's been the key to your start?
I think it's our line, and I think it's our versatility. We fire off hard right from the start, and our goal going in district is to be 5-0, you know, and we can't do that without being 3-0. So just one win at a time, and I think we practice real hard, and I think that's the key to our success so far.
Man, one win at a time. That's what they all say, right? That's it for this block. Guess what? We got some more stuff coming up after the break, so stay tuned.
We're the Permian Panthers, and this is Game Time on NewsWest 9. Let's go, Panthers! Let's go, Mojo!
The script to like tell her when to take it, but I can just be like, you know, time to go to 4 games in 30 seconds, let's roll it, and then we take it. You know what I'm saying? All right, my partner in crime, Alex Camerata, has the rematch, the recap against Midland High and Lubbock Monterey. He's going to give us the update of how that game went earlier today. Alex?
Corey, obviously this was not the game that head coach Thad Fortune or the Midland Bulldogs expected, losing 23-21 in the closing seconds as they went for a last-second trick play, but it came up a little bit short on 4th down. They were looking to move into field goal range, but unfortunately that did not happen. Midland does come back here on Thursday next week to play Coronado. But let's take a look at those first half highlights. Midland High on the road in Lubbock taking on Monterey in this Week 3 matchup. Opening drive of the game, Jacob Urias takes the pitch and scampers in for a 13-yard touchdown run, capping off an impressive 12-play, 64-yard drive for the Bulldogs, making it 7-0 Midland. Later in the first quarter, free safety Noah Crumpler with some great coverage on 3rd down to break up this long pass attempt. Same drive for Monterey on 4th down. Senior linebacker Mateo Houston steps in for a nice deflection to force a turnover on downs. Coach Fortune said this in the coach's conversation. Coach, obviously not the result you or the team wanted, but what positives can you take out of a game like this, so close down to the wire like that?
Well, once again, we gave ourselves a chance to win on the last series in the 4th quarter, and we just didn't make it happen. And so we've got to continue to get better in that situation because we're going to be there again. And so I was proud of how, when we got down 2 scores, got down 9, and we battled back and had a 90-yard drive after some penalties and got it back. The defense got a stop, and we just couldn't finish it off. So I'm extremely proud of that. And we just had some more costly mistakes that got us. So we've just got to, and we'll get back to work and just try to get better and clean those things up and work for a different result.
With the loss, Midland now 1-2 on the season before next Thursday's contest against Coronado. 2 tough losses in a row for these Bulldogs, losing by a touchdown or less. At Plains Capital Park, Alex Camerata, back to you.
Thank you, Alex. Man, that's so close. Man, all these close games, I really wish we could come out with the dub, but there's always next week. Now, guess what? Right now, I'm about to knock out a couple of games, okay? Let's do 4 games in 30 seconds. Let's see how I do. Let's roll it. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Fort Stockton coming up first. Dominique Aguilar throws off the bomb to the end zone. As you see, Fort Stockton wins that one 40-34. Then we're going to head over to Midland Christian. River Rodriguez, he actually just got an offer, folks, just so you know. 2 people couldn't get the interception. Midland Christian gets the dub, though. Odessa High, this game happened last night. Diego Cervantes, Ivan Carrion, those are a nasty 1-2 combo for the touchdown. Odessa High gets that win. And then also McCamey versus Odessa Compass. Matthew Rosas, shout out my guy. That's a pick 6 for him. And McCamey comes away with that one in the huge 70-plus defeat. All right, folks, that's all we got for right now. And in a couple minutes, just stay right here with us. And we're going to go coming back real soon.
Look, I know I said it before, but we came ready for war. If you ever showed me a giant, I'm in a court. I got a rock and a sling.
We're the Andrews Mustangs, and this is Game Time on NewsWest 9. Go Mustangs!
Oh man, so I was told that I didn't make the 30 seconds. I tried my hardest, I promise I did. All right, look at that, back like we never left. Let's take a look at the top plays right now. Here we go. First up, Big Spring, Gabe Baeza. Looking around, psych. Let me just run this guy over for the touchdown. Easy dubs there. They didn't get the dub in the game though. Monahans will win that one. Then we're heading over to McCamey with the pick 6 from Matthew Rosas. Showing off the speed. Ooh, there we go. Hey, that's an easy touchdown, and McCamey won by plus 70 points. And then we got Kermit. Now this guy reverses the whole field. Look, oh, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5. Oh my goodness, somebody please tackle this man. You won't be able to because guess what? He's part of the top plays. So there you have it. You got Kermit, McCamey, Big Spring. That's all the options. So remember, to vote, go on Twitter on the account below, and we'll show the winner on Tuesday. All right, beautiful people, in my ear right now, they're telling me it's time for me to go. So thank y'all so much for watching. Much love. See you online for overtime in a few minutes.